Alright, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go Google Windows Media Creation Tool, and it's going to take you to this page. Or if you really want to just copy there, but just go to Google, put Windows Media Creation, then click down here, it'll say Create Windows 10 Installation Media, hit Download Tool Now. And what it's going to do is it's going to download the tool, which it did in here. Once it does that, click on it, and it's going to bring up this. It's going to say it's going to get a few things ready. Okay, then it's going to come to here a little bit later, except through that, it's going to have, say, getting a few things ready again. Alright, then you're going to come to this page. It's going to ask you what you want to do. Upgrade the current PC, or create installation media, a USB flash drive for another PC. If you're making this for a new build or you're fixing your current build, you're going to go create an installation media flash drive. Hit next. Go through the little prompts here. And it's going to say which media to use. You're going to use a USB flash drive. It's going to prompt you that you need an 8 GB flash drive. Make sure that is in the PC. And then you hit next. And it's going to notice your USB that you got in there. Click on that and click next. And it's going to download Windows 10 to it. You'll have a little progress meter here. Alright, eventually it's going to finish up where we left off there. It's going to tell you that your USB drive is ready. And then just hit finish. It'll say so it's cleaning up this, that, and the other, and then be finished. Alright, so after you've got the thumb drive all set up, you plug it into your USB, just like that. Put your USB into the computer that you're going to be using. And if you've been using the computer before, keep tapping the delete button while it's coming on. That way it goes into BIOS. Alright, now that you're in BIOS, and all BIOSes are going to be different. This one's the MSI board. You'll see something that says boot priority. Now it may not show up on the main screen on your motherboard. It may be in one of the menus up here, but look for something that says boot priority. You'll find your USB that you just put Windows on from earlier, and you need to make it the #1 boot priority. Especially if it's another computer and you already have a drive in there, it's gonna look at the other boot priority drive. What you want to do, you want to have your USB be the #1 boot drive. You want it to boot up onto your thumb drive, so you'll take that over there. So now it's the #1 boot priority, and it'll boot into the Windows install. Simply hit exit out, hit save, and now it will boot to your thumb drive. Alright, now once it boots to the thumb drive, you're going to get the Windows install screen here. Just hit next, install now. It's going to ask you a few questions. You'll come up to this screen here. Just for now, put you don't have a Windows Pro key, and then pick the Windows system that you're going to be using. In our case, we're going to click Windows 10 Pro and hit next. Alright, it'll go through the licensing terms and agreements, accept those. Hit next. And then you're going to get to this part here. You're going to install Windows and keep file settings and applications, or you're going to do a complete overhaul, which is what we're going to do, install Windows. Alright, now if you have a drive that you've used before, it's going to show some parameters like this. Okay, so in order to format and clear all this out, and this is the actual way to completely clean off your drive, you're going to want to hit Shift F10, which is going to bring that up. Then you're going to type disk part. Make sure I spell that correctly. Then you're going to type disk part. You're going to hit enter. Then you're going to select your disk. Select disk 0. Hit enter. 0 is now the selected disk. And then type clean. Okay, so now it's all clean. Hit the X out of that, and then you come here to refresh. And it should come up with just a plain drive at that point, as you see right there. Now with that drive right there, you can now install Windows to it. Now if you had a fresh SSD in there, or whatever hard drive you're using, this would have popped up right away. So, but if you have one that's been used before, it'll have the old stuff on there and you'll need to get rid of it. Or if it's your SSD and you just need to reformat it and everything, just do the stuff that I just did. It's new, just hit next, and Windows will start to install to it. Once this is done, it'll probably reboot a couple times, or most likely just one time, and it'll go straight to a blank Windows desktop, and you will have effectively completely formatted that SSD drive, and it's clean. Okay, once it comes up, you're gonna pick your state. Just go through these parameters here, and you'll be fine. Skip that. Don't connect to the internet yet. You can do that later. Continue with limited setup. Who's using the PC? You can pick, put your name or whatever you're doing. I do thousands of customers, so I just put iRacing. And of course that can be changed. I don't put a password, of course. These are for privacy settings. I shut all those off. You can read them and decide if you want to allow them to get that information from you. Not now. No Cortana. I don't need your assistance. And then it's going to load into Windows again. Alright, once Windows 10 comes back up, it's going to just be two icons here, and that's it. Come over here and connect your computer to Wi-Fi or to, with the Ethernet cord or however you're going to be doing your Windows. And then in the bottom left corner, you're going to type Windows Update. As you start to type it, you're going to see it come up there. And then what you want to do is you just click on Windows Update. This is the first thing that you're going to want to do. And then what it's going to do is it's going to load all the basic drivers up that you can see here. And this may take a while. It's probably going to reset a few times. It's going to ask you to restart it and things like that. Once that's done, then you can load up your graphics card driver, and then of course any peripherals that need drivers. If you're a sim racer, you can load up the drivers for your wheel, your pedals. If you're a flight simmer, your yoke, your rudder, pedals, things like that. But first, do the Windows Update. Let it put all the basic drivers on and all the things that you'll need, and then do those things. After it does the Windows Update here, the first thing I typically put on it is the latest graphics drivers, because it's not going to put the latest graphic. It will put a graphics driver on it, but it'll probably be a couple months old. Just put a graphics driver on it right away. If you got an NVIDIA card, just put NVIDIA drivers into Google search, and then click on it. And then if you have an AMD card, just put AMD drivers in Google, and then get it straight from the actual page themselves. So hopefully that helped you out. That's a way that you can restore your Windows 10 to default settings, and just completely wipe off your old Windows 10. It does format everything, so you get a real fresh build. So that's the way I would recommend doing it. It's not too difficult. If you follow along with the video here, you shouldn't have any issues at all. But anyway, thanks for watching. This is Jeff with FEG PC on a tip on how to install a new SSD and get a fresh Windows install on it. Take care.